before the Lord. Now, in other words, Aaron was not allowed as the high priest to go into the Holy of Holies before the Lord without the Urim and the Thummim. Do you know what they were? Dice! They were dice. They were two little blocks with marks on them. And he went in, and he would go before the Lord, and you would ask him a question. Oh, great high priest, what shall I do with my wife? She's given me a lot of trouble. And he would walk in there, roll snake eyes, and come out and say, hey, Gavot, I got news for you, boy, what you should do. It's sorcery. And it's part of the Bible, and Moses would not allow a high priest into the Holy of Holies without the Urim and Thummim. They put them in their breastplate, and they were two little square things, and they had dots on them, and they would move them around, and that would divine to them the will of God. If you look on page 419 in your little Bible, and if the rest of you find your way to the book of Nehemiah, what's that after, Sue? Is that after? Huh? Just before Job? Wait a minute, now come with me. All right, Nehemiah. Well, the rest of you know. Well, okay, the rest of you, it's on page. What I'm looking for is on page 419 in your little Bible. Okay, and here you are on Nehemiah chapter 7, and at Nehemiah chapter 7, verse 65. And the Tirashah said that unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with the Urim and the Thummim. In other words, don't do anything until he rolls the dice. It's exactly what they were. Now that can be very upsetting to people. People who are traditionalists over the years and have said, my goodness gracious, but you know, people will get mad at me, horribly mad at me, for saying something like this. And yet it's the truth. That's exactly what they were. How did, when Judas died, how do you think the remaining 11 apostles chose the next apostle? They drew straws. The guy that got the short straw got stuck with the job. His name was Matthias. He was never heard from since. But that's what they did. That's sorcery. They drew straws. And here's the word. Let me just, because I have it written down. It's S-O-R-T-I-L-E-G-I-U-M. Sortilegium, I guess it's called, and it is divining by lots. Divining by lots. And the Bible's filled with it. Can you imagine something as important as this? In other words, say, for instance, I got hit by a bolt of lightning and I was no longer in this world. Who would fill this place? Who would come up here and rattle you with all of this wild stuff? Well, you know,